Ah, yes, yet another Chunkman on YouTube, but this time it's in leagues. I will follow the regular chunk rule set, and this means the biggest challenge in Lumbridge, which is my starting chunk, will be to fletch U-logs. Luckily, there is a leagues relic made just for this. So I make my account and I go straight to the trees north of the castle, only stopping for some training arrows and a bow, which is a chunk task. So I have that ticked off right away. And I just go for half an hour of wood cutting and auto fletching thanks to the lumberjack relic. And by the time I pass those 30 minutes, my wood cutting is nearly at level 60 already. So I just grab the runes from the magic tutor and I go straight back until I reach 60 wood cutting. Immediately after, I go to the yew tree in the graveyard and I show that I can automatically burn and fletch the yew logs, even though I don't have the levels for them yet. But I feel like this is not the proper way to do the tasks, so I'm gonna come back to them later. For now, I'm gonna check out some combat stats. Sadly, the axe doesn't give me any combat stats, so for the combat tasks, I'm gonna need to buy some stuff. I pickpocket until I'm at 1 HP, leaving me with 111 coins. While regenerating health, I grab the leather boots, which are the best in-slot feat. And I start the cook's assistant quest, and I can eventually get 2 of the items from imp drops. And then I went to the goblins and pummeled them all the way until 20 strength and attack, and a defense level of 17 when I finally got the bronze square shield over double odds. Then, at a random imp, I get the blue wizard hat, which is the best in slot mage hat, and I immediately follow it up with a wind strike for my magic skill task. And immediately I also make a ball of wool to stripe that task off. And then I went to killing men and women for the bronze medhelm drop. And once again I went over double odds, but eventually I striped that one off the list with 20 attack, 20 defense, and 37 strength. And then I realized that I could have just increased my XP rate from 5 times to 8 times after doing some league tasks. And once I got that, I was considering getting the corner cutter for some agility training, but I felt like since I'm stuck in some chunks anyway, I'm probably not gonna be walking too much. So instead, I just went for the AFK money making I can do during editing, which is the thieving one, the dodgy deals. And after a little bit of AFKing, I got enough money to buy the Mithril Battle Axe. And that was the best in slot melee done. I wanted to move on to some quests finally, but I found out that the Restless Ghost and the Rune Mysteries quests have already been completed in leagues. So I just had to do a little bit of digging for X marks the spot, and then I just had to get the pot of flour and the egg drop from the imp to get as far as possible with the cook's assistant quest. And to finally get back to the woodcutting grind, I got myself to 60 fire making and 60 fletching. So I burned a U-log and I fletched some arrow shafts from a U-log as well to finish those tasks off. Now the chunk rules say that I have to get 42 cooking for the onion, but I can't really reach the cows. And the only other option is the 1 in 25 raw chicken drop from imps. And I don't think that's gonna be too fun to grind for that. So I just backlog the task for now until I have a better way to train cooking. So now the new task becomes cooking a single piece of chicken. And the first attempt, it burns. Second attempt, it burns again. The third attempt, finally, I cook a single piece of chicken, and that was 119 imp kills, by the way. But that means that the Lumbridge chunk is finally complete. And we can't go east due to the league's area restriction. I can't go to the desert. So I start rolling, and it turns out we go to the Lumbridge swamp. Luckily, there's not too much here, just some basic mining and smithing a bronze bar, and also level 15 fishing for anchovies. But this also means that there's now a great way of training cooking. So I unbacklog the 42 cooking for the onion, and I just go straight into the chunk. And I start with the bronze bar, which is quickly done. And then I spend a little bit of time fishing, and my second inventory already gives me 15 fishing for the anchovies. After a good few minutes, I already reached level 42 cooking. I cut the onion into a bowl and I cooked it first try. Now there's only Misthalin mysteries left. Of course, I've seen some YouTubers do this before, but I've never done it myself, having always been a free-to-play player. I figured out most of the quests without helpers, but eventually I got stuck on the third riddle because I didn't really know what to do with the gem stuff. But eventually I got it done. It was pretty fun, and it wasn't that hard. So it was a nice first quest properly done without the leaks having done them for me. So now it's time to roll a new chunk. And oh boy, what a grind this is gonna be. Oh no. I guess you'll have to figure out next time what I'm gonna do. Bye bye.